Good afternoon. This is our 3 p.m. as usual, and we always bring you some really important things that folks need to know. And in this time of preparing for tax filings, we just finished yesterday. That is our March 15th extension for September 15th. So we finished our pass-through entities taxes yesterday, and a lot of those things coming up to be a question, so I want to make a clarification here with everyone. So let's take a look at what we have at this topic. Is OBBA 1099 business payment reporting changes. So want to bring that to you, just want you to know. And by listening through this webinar, I'm pretty sure you will master that at the end of this talk. This is our website. If you log into communitycpa.com, you see us. On that function bars on the top, you can become our clients easily on board with us. You just go in and then you sign up. That's it. So you don't really, if you don't want to talk to us, you can upload your information and we will come back to you. And the appointment button is where folks would contact us and wanting to ask specific questions. Sometimes I have tax preparers, they would sign up our time and actually going through their tax files for their clients, have us review. So just utilize that the way you want it, and that's how we move forward and helping you help the community. And we knew that the small tax accounting firms, you have limited resources. Sometimes it's just one question you don't know where to ask. Know that Community CPA is really open to that. We have a lot of bookkeeping firms, small tax firms are actually relying on us to provide the answers. Some of the owner I know really well, they just call me, I tell them. But if you don't really know our firm and you have a question you want to ask in details, just go to appointment and ask questions, right? And our firm, this is kind of numerical firm culture we have here. So I just want to tell you that we are a medium-sized firm, have 48 professionals across different locations. We have 6 locations, and I want to tell you that our firm are really into that one goal we have for us, which is to serve the small business owners. We knew when you are small, you don't have the kind of knowledge that the big company has, but we are the bridge for you. We can bridge you from small to medium to large, because we knew how the business come through, how they grow, and it's kind of related to where we are from, right? We are a firm coming from one client, one person working. Now we have more than 12,000 clients, and we have 48 professionals. So growing larger doesn't really make us change our mind. We are still the small businesses owners place to come. This is our YouTube channel. You recognize that round logo, communitycpa.com, and if you subscribe to our channel, you will see all of those new webinars we come up. Is useful webinars, folks. We don't waste our time to say things that doesn't mean anything to you. We say everything that helps you to grow your business. I have these 2 books on the internet. One is to start up a business, the other one to grow. I am doing the expansion. Expansion is really what we're doing right now. A lot of our clients are doing. So together we're going to put this book, the 3rd book, together, 2 p.m. All right. Now, no responsibility disclaimer is just to say that everything we do here is free for you folks. You want to make sure that you hear, you do your research, you implement that, and know that the internet offers you the knowledge but not everything is applied to you. So some of those things can be true to one person, one business, but may not be the best solution for you and your business. So making sure that you always come about and knowing what exactly you want to accomplish and hire the professional to work for you. Free knowledge goes to a certain point. Then after that, it is you getting the expert to help you, right? Information reporting for business payment. This is the one big beautiful bill act had made changes to. This one contains a major overhaul to a outdated IRS requirement. The reason it says outdated is just that $600. I mean, for business transactions, and we understand $600 to hire someone is really small. Almost everyone you hire to help you do your business is probably over 600. So that is what they're saying. It is outdated. The amount is too small. It's not reflected in the inflation changes. So beginning with the payment made in 2026, you see, this is the OBA says, may I please call it OBA because it's so weird to keep on repeating this one big beautiful bill. I felt like it's Chinglish. It's not even, it's so weird. So let's just call it OBA. So this OBA law actually says that beginning with payment made in 2026, the new law raises the threshold for information reporting on certain business payment from 600 to 2,000. So beginning in 2027, when you come to the end of 2026 and you're ready to do your 1099 forms, and you don't need to do for anyone, anybody, any LLC for anything under 2,000. So folks are asking, oh Ying, then what about 2025? 2025, no change, folks. You still have $600 threshold to follow. The current requirement is 600. So for decades, right, the IRS has required that the business file form 1099 miscellaneous, 1099 NEC, if you paid somebody over $600. So that is what was in the past decades. That just means has been a long time. These are payments made to independent contractors that exceeded $600 in a calendar year. So the same 600 threshold is in place for forms like 1099 miscellaneous, which businesses file for several types of payment, including prices, rents, payment to attorneys, things like that, right? So if you hired an attorney, paid $6,000, and in the old rule, the current 2025, you for sure need to do the 1099 miscellaneous for your attorney firm. But if you hire an attorney in 2026, paid $1,500, then you don't need to issue that 1099 miscellaneous. This threshold right now, the 600, is only remain unchanged for 2025. So we are coming to the end of 2025, folks, right? Reporting deadline, you know that, right? The 1099 NEC must be filed with IRS by January the 31st of the year following the year in which the payment was made. So if you made payment in 2025, you need to file the 1099 before the end of January in 2026. A copy must be sent to the contractor. You knew that, right? So the form of 1099 miscellaneous, that must be filed by January 31st as well. But if you file your January 31st, if you file your 1099 electronically, if you submit the form electronically, you have till the end of March of 2026 to submit the report. So, the reporting deadline, to make it simple for our small business owners, you need to go to your CPA firms, or you let us know at Community CPA. You have 1099 need to be issued. The due date is the end of January. Just keep that in mind. Okay, the new rule raised the bar to 2,000. So under OBA, the threshold increased to 2,000. So fewer 1099 you would need to do. But that is applied to 2026. So when you live your 2026, just make sure you track on the number. So if it is not over 2,000, folks, you don't have to issue anything. That should reduce some reporting burdens that you have, right? There will be reduced paperwork for you. So example, let's say your business engaged a freelance graphic designer job and paid that individual $650 this year. So you'll need to issue a 1099 NEC to the designer for the calendar year of 2025 because the threshold of 600 did not change since 1950. So you still have to follow that. But if you hire the same individual in 2026, you won't require to do that 1099 anymore because it is less than 2,000. Makes sense? So just make sure that you know that. You may ask me that, oh, Ying, I don't know who I sent that 1099 miscellaneous to. I will say this to you. If you just don't know whether you should or should not, you do it. Because that is a safe measure, right? But if you want to know exactly who you sent 1099 NEC to, these are not your corporations. If you have a subcontractor who runs a C Corp or S Corp, then you don't need to send them a 1099 anyway. If you have subcontractors from Philippines, you don't need to send them a 1099 anyway. So make sure that 1099 NEC only subject to the services that conducted here in U.S. For your company, and that you have that person's social security number or that person's LLC EIN number, then you can issue that, right? So the form you need to collect from your subcontractors is W-9. W-9 and the plus all their insurance requirement, because you don't want them to be classified as your employee later by DOL or by IRS. So make sure they have their own insurance. You keep a copy of that. You also have them fill up W-9. So those are the things as a small business owner you should know. The money is still taxable though, right? So whether you issue 1099 to your contractors or not, for that contractor, they need to report the income they receive from you as taxable income. It doesn't mean that they don't have to report it anyway. So making sure that you educate yourself as well. If you are providing service to some company and you got paid for $1,900 in 2026, you still have the responsibility to report that income. But that company would not issue you a 1099 NEC anymore just because the threshold went up to 2,000. So the contractor you work with, they must report all the business income, including the one that got paid from you, but with a less than the threshold amount. So those are the things. The nature of taxable income don't change. It's just the reporting burden is being reduced. That is the kind of the Trump administration going on that route, right? Everything wanting to reduce the reporting burdens and the cutting off all the government. Remember Elon Musk come around and cut off all these government. That the spirit is that they're trying to make the administrative matter less burdensome to a small business. Hopefully that got you happy, and by knowing that you don't have to do so many 1099s. Changes to Form 1099-K. 1099-K is the form you're getting from your merchant folks, right? Your credit card, your I don't know, a good example, Avalon, your your square, all of these people, they gave you 1099K. So that also has a change. So the OBA also restated a higher threshold for 1099K. That means some of the 1099K, when they below the threshold, you don't get it anymore. You just report it on your own. The reporting threshold returns to $20,000 a year and 200 transactions and above. So if you are below 20,000, less 200 transactions, you don't get a 1099K. So rolling back the phased in lower threshold that had dropped. This is from the Rescue Act, right? That dropped towards to $600 by 2026. It's like everyone who has an NK would be getting one. So this rollback undoes the changes from the 2021 American Rescue Plan Act and an earlier IRS delayed plan. So it is just rolling back to give more rooms for non-reporting requirement. So now it's 20,000 versus, and also 200 transactions. So just so you know. What does that mean to business? It means that there is a simplicity. The government trying to bring simplicity to you, to bring administrative relief to you. Okay, rising threshold will ease the filing burden for many small businesses, especially the small one. There will also be less risk that the IRS penalty will be imposed on you, because if they rise the threshold, a lot of people don't need to file, then there would be no penalty if you didn't file, right? So those are the things we want to communicate with you, so you know that in 2026, these threshold will go up. So you may still get things for 2025 because it will stay the same, but 2026 is the year that those threshold goes up, and you don't have to do 1099 so much, and you also don't get 1099 so much, right? Because of the threshold. All right, that is really it for today, ladies and gentlemen. So knowing that 2025, no changes on these 1099. So when you go to your bookkeepers and your CPA firms, you still have to do the 1099 the same way. Don't get confused with the 2,000 threshold right now for 2025. No change. The changes is coming in 2026. Okay? If you have more complex questions, thinking that you need our help, you can go to our appointment button. These are our partners. We can all come online to help you, so you can book our time. And this is the overall contact information, last slides for today. Community CPA YouTube channel, subscribe to our channel, and give me a like if you like my webinars, and I hope that I beef up your knowledge. That's really something we want to do, and we want to have you know the basics so you don't have to spend money anywhere else. Just listen to these free webinars. Gain your knowledge, do better business, do good business. We in our hand, we have so many successful businesses. So we're really proud because we give you our knowledge for free. And here is our website, and also Catherine at communitycpa.com. She is our gatekeeper in your request, and you just make a request. We turn that into a webinar, and we answer your questions. And she gatekeeps that we don't forget anything, and we answer your calls. So our number here, and our office, proud to say that we don't have missed calls. You call us even if we didn't pick up because we were busy, and you will get a call from us because we know you called. So our principle at our practice is that we don't have missed calls. Whoever called us, you got answer. All right, we are a office open 6 days a week, all year round. So on Saturday, if that's the only day you have time, you can call us and we answer your question. If you go to our 6 locations, we'll have people to receive you there too. So I'll see you again on Saturday to talk more about learning knowledges to benefit your bottom line. I'll see you again. Bye-bye.